Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name's Jackie. And let's get started. For DIY number 1, I'm taking one of these triangle shadow boxes from the Dollar Tree and I'm using my heat gun to help soften the glue to be able to remove the back. And I'm using one of these metal paint scrapers from the Dollar Tree to remove it until it pops open. Like this. It just takes a little finagling, a little pressure, and then it opens up. And so now I'm removing all the excess paper, and I'm going to go in with my little finger sander to sand off any excess glue and paper that's stuck on there. And I'm also removing the paper off the triangle, the backing. So now I'm going in with some of the matte Mod Podge, and I'm going in with this really pretty scrapbooky paper with all the little trees. I purchased this at Hobby Lobby. Add my Mod Podge, add my paper, press it down, form it a little bit on the corners, and then set it aside so it'll dry. And now I'll begin to work on the frame portion of it, and I'll go in with Waverly Antique Wax, and with my baby wipe, I will saturate this piece inside outside and make a nice full coverage, and I'll set it aside to dry. And now I'll go in with this DIY 3D craft kit from the Dollar Tree from Crafter Square. Just a cute little woodland kind of set. And I'm not going to use the pieces up on the top right hand corner, but I will be using these other pieces and this Merry Christmas banner. And I'm just going to go in with this Waverly Antique Wax and my baby wipe and get the bottom portion of the trees on both sides, and I'll get the stand and I'll get the banner as well. I don't go in and do the little house. I have other plans for that. But for now, I'll just do these 3 pieces so they look like this. And now I'm going to do some detail painting on the little trees, and I'm going to go in with this apple barrel paint in the color Holly Branch. And I'm just going to add a little bit to my dish, and also a little bit of the apple barrel paint in the color Burnt Umber. Add a little dab to that and mix it up with my paintbrush and just start painting away. This is the color I wanted to paint these little trees. And now I add a little bit more of the burnt umber, and I'm going to detail a little bit of the brown on here just to give it another little dimension and character to the little trees. I don't want it to be all one tone. And then I'll go in with a little bit of the apple barrel paint in the color Snow White and give these trees a little bit of a snow effect until they look like this. Look how cute I did both sides. I did the front side and the back side because, you know, just to give it a full coverage. And my little Merry Christmas, I'll also go in with a little bit of the white and just give it a little bit of a snow effect as well. And then I mix the white and the green a little bit and detail on the letters itself, just so the letters will pop out a little bit more than just the brown. And look, until they look like this. It's really cute. I think it's super cute. Now I'll set these aside and let them all completely dry. In the meantime, my Mod Podge triangle is nice and dry, so we're just going to take my finger utility knife and just cut off all the extra pieces like this. And so here I have a nice pretty triangle ready to be sanded down with my finger sander and hot glued back in place onto the frame. So I'll just add a few dabs of glue like this and press it on the back, or the back on the frame, and look, looks good. So now I'm just going to secure the little trees onto the base, and then the base onto the frame, the triangle frame, in this manner. Just some hot glue will do, and place it in the center. And now I'll secure my Merry Christmas banner in the same manner. I'll just add a couple dabs of glue and place the banner above. Look how adorable. So now I'll set this aside for a second, and now I'll begin to work on the little house. And I'll go in with my Mod Podge, this matte Mod Podge, and this little piece of scrapbooking paper that I had left from another project. And once it's dry, then I'll use my utility finger knife and just remove all the excess paper. And once that's removed, then I'll go in with my finger sander again and make sure to get all those little pieces off and make it nice and finished, and until it looks like this. I think it's looking really cute, and this scrapbooking paper is very cottagecore, if you noticed all the little mushrooms and all. So here I'm just taking a black Sharpie and I'm just doing a little definition on the lines, on the edges, to define all the lines. And then I also go back in with some of the white acrylic paint by Apple Barrel, and I'll do a little bit of a snow effect on this little house as well. And I'll just secure it with a little bit of hot glue on the stand. And I'm taking my furniture marker and getting the edges of the little stand, which I didn't get well enough. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of hot glue and add a little bit of polyfill to represent the snow until it looks like this. Look how cute! So now I'm going to go in with a pack of these copper fairy lights from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to add the batteries to it, turn them on, make sure they work, and I'll just drop the battery pack behind the trees and place all the lights inside as well. Look how adorable. It's looking so magical. I love adding lights to shadow boxes like this. Just looks so cute. And of course we have to add a little bow on the very top, just a little gingham bow, and I'll just secure it in place with some hot glue. Otherwise it'll cover up my Merry Christmas banner, and we can't have that. Nope. So I just add a little bit of glue here and there on the ribbon portion, on the tails. And look, it's so adorable. And so here I picked up these, they're like felt mushrooms from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to add one on each corner. They're a little bit oversized, but hey, it's Christmas. Oversized works. And now I'm going to use one of these little trees and one of these little snowmen that a sweet subscriber sent to me. She sent me quite a few items, and these were included, which I was so happy because I have not been able to find them in my area. But I'm just going to use one of each for now, and with these 4 colors, ta-da! Look at that! A little snowy Christmas tree and a super cute snowman. Oh my goodness, so cute. So now all I have to do is just adhere these 2 pieces onto my scene, my Cottagecore Christmas scene, and it is done. And we'll get a better look at it in the final reveal. Thank you, Dina. This video is a Christmas Cottagecore collaboration with 2 very talented friends, Annie from Indiana Jones and Sarah from Jujubee DIY. And both of these ladies are super talented in the cottagecore aesthetic, so you definitely do not want to miss. So please be sure to check out my description box and follow their links to their videos as well. For DIY number 2, I'm taking 2 of these clay pots, and I'm going to go in with the Waverly chalk paint in the color Celery, and I'm only doing the outside. And now I'm taking these macrame kind of looking ribbons that I had in my stash, and I'm just going to place some of this ribbon around the top rim of these pots, these clay pots, in this manner until I get them both adhered like this. And now I also created 2 quick bows to go on the front, so I'll just add a dab of glue and adhere the bows onto the clay pots as well, because it has to have that really cute look. And now I'm going to go in with the Apple Barrel paint in the color Snow White, and with my chippy brush I'm going to lightly give the pots a snowy look, and including the ribbon itself too. I'm going to add a little bit of paint to the ribbon as well, as if the snow had just fallen. And so on one pot I'm also going to just stress it with a little bit of this white paint, and I'm going to do vertical brush strokes on one and horizontal brush strokes on the other, just to give them a little bit of a difference, a little variation. And I'll just continue this until I get them the way I want them. And I just wanted that snowy look, so I even added to the ribbon. And look, they look cute. And now I'm going to use 2 of these wooden arrows from the Crafter Square, remove all the twine off of them, and go in with a little bit of spackle to fill in all the little holes. And once it's dry, then I'll go in with the same Apple Barrel paint in the color Snow White and paint them up like this, both sides. So now I'm going to go in with my Mod Podge, my matte Mod Podge, and I'm taking this sheet of vellum, really pretty printed plastic vellum paper, scrapbooking paper, and I'm going to add a Mod Podge to these arrows and place my vellum paper on top and allow that to dry. Now once it's dry, I'll take my scissors and go in and cut them apart, and then I'll take my X-Acto knife and remove the excess paper on the sides. And now I'm taking 2 of the jumbo craft sticks, snipping off the ends and trying to measure and see how much I'm going to need to cut. And so I figured it would be about 4.5 inches. So I snip it in the center, and now I'll go in with that same apple barrel paint in the color Snow White and paint them up. And now I'll just hot glue these pieces onto my little houses. So add one here and add one here, and they fit perfectly. Look how adorable. Oh my goodness. Yes, until they look like this. Now I did get a few little wrinkles on my vellum paper, but I'm going to show you a quick hack on how to get rid of it, or at least minimize it. And you just take a piece of parchment paper and a little iron, and look, just press it down, not too long, and it irons it up perfectly. And if it doesn't, it won't be as noticeable. It'll be just right. But look how cute, super cute. Okay, so now I'm ready to put these in the pot, and I'm taking a pool noodle, and I'm just going to snip it off and then cut that in the center and make two. Push them in my pot. They fit in there perfectly, nice and snug. And now I'm taking some of that same macrame ribbon, adding a dab of glue, and adhering some of this ribbon onto the little houses. Look how adorable. And I do this to both of the houses. And I'll also add a bow as well, just like I did the pots. I want everything to have a nice cohesive look, and I think this gives it just the right reddish color for Cottagecore Christmas, kind of like a burgundy tone. But look how adorable. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. So now I'm just going to take two of these wooden dowels and hot glue them to the bottoms of these houses so I can place them inside their pots. And now I'm taking these really cute owl laser cuts that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to place one on the top of each of the houses because it just gives it another element of cottage for sure. Oh my goodness, so cute. Look at this. And this is just the beginning of my embellishments. You guys will see all the embellishments later on. Okay, so now I'm just sticking these inside my pool noodle, and it works perfectly, stays in place. I didn't even have to hot glue the pool noodles or anything. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of polyfill just to create that snowy look again. And I'll do that to both. And I'll add a couple other embellishments, and you'll see the final reveal in a little bit. For DIY number 3, I am taking some pieces of a plastic toy set, a tea toy set, and some of these little wooden mushrooms, and some of these wood stems cut in half, and a square wood plank. And I'm going to go in with the Waverly Antique Wax on the wood pieces and the Waverly chalk paint in the color Celery on the plastic tea set, as well as some of the apple barrel paint in the color Burnt Umber for some details. And now I'm going to go in with some more of the Snow White, and I'm going to do a little bit of dry brushing on the play set, the little tea play set, because it's got a really cute detail to it. And I want to bring it out with a little bit of this white paint. So as I dry brush it, and I'll do the dishes, and I'll look at this, you can see the detail. Oh my goodness, so cute. So I do the details on the dishes, on the plates, and on the cups, and the little teapot, and the spoons. I do it on all of them. And look how adorable. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glue to the tops of these wood stems that were cut in half. And I'll just add the glue and then add my wood plank on top to create a little table. And now I can place my little tea set on top of the little table. And this is super cute to put inside of a centerpiece with florals around it. Just look how adorable. Oh my goodness, so cute. For DIY number 4 and my last DIY of this video, I'm going to take one of these black canvas from the Dollar Tree, and this was sent to me by that fantastic subscriber friend of mine, Dina. Oh my goodness, she's so sweet. So all I did was use these tools to remove the staples, and I'm going to go in with some of the Waverly Antique Wax to give it a nice coat. So I set it aside, and now for the fun part. Now to do my Couture transfer. Oh my goodness, look at the one that I'm choosing for this DIY. This is so cottage. Oh my goodness, look at that. So all I'm going to do is peel off the transfer and place it on my defuzzing cloth a good 3 times to get rid of the extra tackiness that's on it. And that's just so it won't be too stuck to my surface. So you have to defuzz it a good 2-3 times. So now I'm placing my transfer on my canvas. And for this transfer, I wanted to go in with the same colors I've been using. So I'm going to go in with some white and some of this eucalyptus green that's very close to the celery that I've been using. So I'm going to begin with taping off some of the area I do not want to paint white, because I'll first do the white. So with just a little painter's tape, I'm going to cover up some of those little areas, and that just takes a second. Better safe than sorry. For sure. So just add that on there, and I'm also going to do the word home in that eucalyptus color. So here is my chalk paste in the color white, and I'm going to use my multi-tool to apply this chalk paste. So here I'm just going to apply it and spread it, and this is literally as easy as spreading. If you can spread butter on toast, you can spread chalk paste on a transfer. So here I'm just dabbing a little bit of paste here and there, so I don't have to keep going back and forth, and just go for it. Look at this. This is as easy as, yeah, buttering toast or frosting a cake. Look at this. This is so fast and it's so nice. So I'll just continue to get all the white area completed, and whatever chalk paste is left on my multi-tool, or if I'm able to scrape off any excess, it goes back in the jar. There's no waste. Keep it all for another day. Look at that. Yes. So I'll put this away, and now I'll remove all my tape. And look at this. Now I can paint the green portions. And so here is my little packet of my eucalyptus. I need to buy a jar of this stuff. This color is really cute. So here again with my multi-tool, I'm just going to go in where I didn't use any of the white, and I'll just take my time and just do a nice full coverage, get all these areas. And I could have done a third color if I wanted to, but I really wanted to keep the white and the light green color scheme for this DIY, for these DIYs. So I'm just going to continue to add and scrape it a little bit and get a nice, good, thorough, full color. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this is so easy. And if you guys are interested in purchasing a transfer or some chalk paste and give it a try, or even becoming a Couture designer like I am, my Linktree links are in my description box, and you'll be able to check out my little website, my Couture website. And there's a little shop there. So yeah, you guys are definitely welcome to do that, and let me know if you want to become a designer. I'll be glad to help. But look, this is so easy. It's just a matter of doing a nice full coverage, and these transfers are so easy to use. They're almost like a stencil meets a screen printing. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But look how fast this is, and so nice. The chalk paste is so nice and smooth and velvety. It's fantastic. Okay, I'm almost done. I didn't speed it up on purpose because I wanted you guys to see that this is quick on its own, but I could have sped it up. One last little bit just to get this part, and that is it. I'm ready to remove the transfer, and look at this. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Now I'm creating a reverse canvas, so all I have to do now is just add a little dab of glue here and there and adhere this to my canvas. Now this particular frame has the staples showing on the corners, so I'm going to go in with a few embellishments just to cover it up. But first I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and remove all the excess canvas that I won't need. So here are the embellishments I'm going to use, and they are these little bows that I picked up at Dollar General, I believe. So I'm just going to add one on each of the top corners. But first I'm going to dovetail the ends, the tails, like this. So I'll add these to the top corners, and then I'll add a couple of pieces of greenery to the bottom corners where the staples are, and a couple of tiny little pine cones. And that is it. Super cute. Oh my goodness, I just love it. So sweet and so cottagecore. Oh my goodness, I just think it's so adorable. And I'd like to take a moment and thank Annie from Indiana Jones. and Sarah from Jujubee DIY for collaborating with me on this fun Christmas cottagecore theme. I had a lot of fun creating for it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And until my next video, stay healthy, safe, and strong, and have a great day. Now time for the final reveal.